Hi friends, in our time together in this video, I'm going to introduce us to the tune Road to Lisdoonvarna. It's a slide, and I imagine a number of you know this slide because it's very popular. It's so popular that there are some folks that just don't like it because it can be overplayed in places. But it's so popular, I heard one quote that goes that this tune should be part of the stock repertoire for any traditional musician. So let's learn it together. And many of us are just getting started, and so this is going to be a new tune for probably over half of our group. So I think it'll be fun for us to learn together. I'll play the tune standing so you can see my fingers as we normally do, and I'll add in the notes to this video a link so that you could download the music and tabs if you like to use those. And after I walk us through the tune, we'll talk about any trouble spots I think you might encounter, and then we'll talk about some of the ornaments you'll want to use, as well as a brief conversation on the history of the tune. Saying it's a brief conversation gives you a clue about how much we know, right? Oh. Like I said, it's a really fun tune to play. I've enjoyed it for a little while. It is a slide. So it's in 12/8 time, 4 groupings of 3. And remember what we said about slides, that they have groupings of notes. You're going to see some triplets in there, and then you're going to see those long and short notes interspersed between the triplets. Sometimes you get a run of long and short notes. A lot of traditional people call those heavy light pairs. And then you'll get like short runs of triplets interspersed between the heavy light pairs. Anyway, so it's got this really fun, bouncing, sort of dancey 12/8 feel because of the short, long triplet sequencing that's in it. Also, the Lisdoonvarna slide it follows the AABB pattern. That is, you start playing the tune and it follows the first 2 lines are the A part. You then repeat the A part. You then move to the B part, which is similar but different. And then you repeat the B part. That's why it's called AABB, as we've said before. So what I'll do is I'll play through the A part once without the repeat. I'll play through the B part once without the repeat, and then I'll play through the whole tune. Here's the A part, and it begins on an E. And I've said it in the past about tunes that I often have a really rough time finding a consistent core way to transcribe the tune. Not so with the Road to Lisdoonvarna. It was a lot easier. The only major difference, there are some other differences, but the only major difference is that some of the settings, instead of going and holding that D for a beat and a half, 12/8, so it's 3 beats. There's a step down to an A to move into the next phrase. So some settings go, okay, with that little A transitioning. I chose to leave it out because a lot of the recordings I've heard of people playing it in more traditional settings don't include that. Now, as you're playing it, feel free to throw that in because it's fun. Here is the B part. play through the whole tune with the repeats in what I call the play along with Scott section. So whether you use the music in tabs or not, playing along with me is a good way to get into the flow and the rhythm of the tune. I'll go at a very steady pace so that we can learn the tune that way. All right, so listen to me play it a couple of times. Just go back there. I'll add chapters so that you could do that easily. And just listen through the tune and then play along with me. And then you won't need me for this one anymore. As far as difficulties, a lot of folks consider this more of a beginner tune. And that's because there aren't really tons of difficulties. You need to work on that rhythm, that sort of nice rhythm of the slide going on there. So, so do that. Ornaments that are going to accentuate the rhythm of the slide. Again, that's kind of up to you. Whatever you feel like is going to keep that flowing. And I'll play it in a couple of days on a video soon. And then you'll see however I'm feeling it at that particular time. When Cindy and I, my wife, were in Ireland last spring, we spent a couple of days in Doolin, did the Aran Isles, and we went Cliffs of Moher, spent some nice fun time hanging around in that area. And as we were leaving, going further north, we actually stopped in Lisdoonvarna for a walk around and a cup of tea and a pastry. It's a really nice place. It was a fun place to be. So as far as the history of the tune, we know it's a traditional tune. I didn't find any ancient transcriptions to the tune. If you know of the age of the tune, the birth of it, please share that in the comments so we can all read it. Now, obviously, being a slide, it's come from that south-west corner of Ireland. Maybe a little later than some of the earlier slides, since Lisdoonvarna's referenced and it's a hair further north. I'm just thinking of progress over distance. That's immaterial, really. Back in the 2013-ish, I think it was, Mary Murphy wrote some lyrics to it, which are kind of fun, but it was just an ode to, a nod to how wonderful and special the tune is and how she thought some lyrics would be fun. So anyway, it's a great, beautiful tune to play. You could play it at a moderate pace. You could use this tune to learn to play it quickly. And that's okay. Remember what I've always said, and I'm going to use the broken record here. Play it at a pace you can, and then pick up the pace as you're able, and until you're able to play at the new pace, and then keep working on that. And if that's the speed at which you start, excellent. And then try. Notice how it's a little easier to bounce on the notes when you're moving a hair faster. But don't try to play faster if you're not able to play it well more slowly. Remember the progression of play it well as fast as you can and then start playing it a hair faster. So anyway, it's a great tune. I hope you really enjoy it. Until next time, my friends, this is Scott Shade. Happy Lodi whistling.